For the second part of this video, you will see that I am going to go ahead and find the standard deviation. I've already found my mean, my median, and then my mode. All of them were different values, so they would all be modes. They would be multimodal. So for my standard deviation, that's going to be my lengthy process. You might want to go ahead and have your equation first. You know that your standard deviation is going to be equal to the square root of our mean minus each individual value. We're going to have to square each of those, find the sum of all of them, and divide by, assuming that this is the entire population, we're going to have to divide by our number. Now, if we were doing a sample and wanted to find our standard deviation of the entire population, we'd have to divide by the number minus 1. Now, I know that some people don't use X bar for the mean here. That might only be used for a sample, but it's still the same concept for you. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and create a chart here. So my chart is going to be 10 tall. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Once again, I'll probably make my mistake while I'm doing this for a video. But what I'm going to go ahead and do, I already found my mean to be 355.6. And I'm going to have to find the difference between my mean and each of my values. So I'm going to go ahead and start. I already started listing my values out here. If I go ahead and continue to put those in the list, it might make it easier for the next step. So 376, 378, and then I'm going to go ahead and have 3 400s hopefully. So I've got a 431, 434, 481, and a 496. Now that makes it easier. I could relist all those down here like we did on previous assignments. Might make it a little easier for me. For the sake of time on the video, I'm going to skip that. And what I need to do is I first need to find the difference. It doesn't matter what order you do it in, despite the fact that the equation might show you doing it in one order rather than the other. I'm going to find the difference between my mean and each one of these. So from 200, that's a simple one. I can do that mental math. That's 155.6. Then I'm going to go ahead and go on down my list. What I do once I find each of those is I'm going to square each of those. So let's do the second one here. Let's go ahead and get two values here. I've got 355.6 minus 258 equals 97.6. I can square that while I've got it in the calculator, and I'm going to create another column over here for the squares. That gives me 9,525.76. I'm going to square my top one there, 155.6. Squared gives me 24,211.36. Now I could go through and do this for every single one, but I don't think you really need to watch the video of me doing that. I'll jump forward in the next video clip or later on in this one if I can figure out how to compile them to where I've got all of those calculated.